We are doing radical equations, the second level. All right, we're trying to solve for all possible values of x. Okay, the strategy is very similar. We need to get the square root by itself, and then we can undo the square root. That square root kind of traps our math right here. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's rewrite the original problem. X plus 33. Whoa. Whoops. I got a new mouse, so there we go. All right. X plus 33 equals x plus 3. Okay. Notice the square root is already by itself, so we need to get rid of that square root. What's the opposite of square root? Square. So we square this side. What you do to one side, you do to the other side. Everything gets squared on that side. Now, this is a binomial on the right-hand side, so we have to be a little bit careful with that. I'll go ahead and do a generic rectangle. So remember, what's going on here is x plus 3 times x plus 3. A couple different ways you can do it. But remember, what's going on is everything has to multiply to everything else. So this is our first terms, our outside terms, our inside terms, and our last terms. Okay? But this does the same thing, and it's a little bit more organized. So x plus 3 times x plus 3. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. X times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Usually these two will combine right here. So this turns into, so this is my side work. I'm just kind of helping you out what we're doing here. This is x squared plus 6x. These two add, plus 9. And that's what I have on the right side here. So. All right, so on the left side, square root and square undo themselves, x plus 33 equals, and then we squared this already, that's what all this work was for, and that turns into x squared plus 6x plus 9. Hopefully at this level you're starting to see some patterns here. 3 plus 3 is the middle number, 6. 3 times 3 is 9. And then it has that same format and form that it usually takes on. At this stage, we want to use the zero product property. The zero product property says move everything over to one side so it equals 0. We do that because there's a square right here. If your highest degree is 2, then we use the properties for quadratics, which is the zero product property. We need to make it equal to 0. So I'll go ahead and make it equal to 0. Minus x to both sides and minus 33. I'll go ahead and do both of those at the same time. Minus x goes under the x's. Minus 33 goes under the numbers. So the whole point is that we have a 0 on one of the sides. So I have 0 equals, not very happy with that color. Let's do a pink. And we still have our x squared. 6x minus x is 5x, so that's a plus 5x. And 9 minus 33 is negative 24. Negative 24. Yes. All right. So now our game is what two numbers multiply to be negative 24 and add to be 5. So we're looking for what two numbers, it's a diamond problem, multiply to be negative 24 and add to be 5. Okay. Are there two numbers that multiply to be negative 4, negative 24, and add to be 5? Well, if you're not sure, it's not coming to me in my head real quick, so I'll just go ahead and break it down. 1 times 24. Nope. 2 times 12. Nope. 3 times 8. Hey, there we are. 3 times 8. So I want it to be a positive 5, so that's a negative 3 and a positive 8. Okay, so those are the numbers that break into the binomial. So the form is always, we're factoring it now. We have the x in front because it's just a 1 in front of here, so I know x and x have to be in front. And then we use these numbers, it doesn't matter their order. That's a minus 3 and a plus 8. The zero product property says that if you have multiply on one side and it equals 0, then each of these factors, each of these pieces or binomials has to be equal to 0. Okay, so let's go ahead and do each one. X minus 3 has to equal 0. And x plus 8 has to equal 0. Okay, you can probably do this in your head. I'm just going ahead and working it out the long way. So add 3, x equals 3. All right, and notice if you plug 3 in here, that zeroes it out. Minus 8, x equals negative 8. So I have two solutions for x. The negative 8, I like to go in order if I can, and 3. So we have two solutions. Our answers are negative 8, comma, and 3. Okay. And then that's what this plus and minus do. If I wanted to make more cells, I can add that, or less cells. Okay. Those are my two solutions. All right, let's see what I did wrong. Error analysis is important too, so let's see if we can find our error. I'll use yellow to find my error. All right, so the original problem, square root of x plus 33. Square root of x plus 33 equals x plus 3. Square both sides, check. That's lost my x. There was an x there probably. Yep, there's my minus x, so that's a minus x, so it just got cut off there. So 0 equals x squared. That's a 5. Negative 33 minus 9 is negative 24. What two numbers multiply to be negative 24 and add to be 5? Check. Solving negative 8 and 3. Negative 8 and 3. All right, everything looks good on my side, so I'm just going to go over and let's see what mistake is that they have. Oh, it says we must check them, so we have to check our solutions to see which ones work. Are there any that are not contained in the domain? It looks okay on my side. So if I put a 3 in here, oh, okay, we must check. We must check. So notice when we plug the negative 8 in, I get a no solution right here. So it's extraneous. There it is. It's an extraneous root. We have to check to make sure that they work. And then the other one is true. The 3 is true. So all the math was correct. It's just one of those, we have to make sure that when we have the square root sign that we're plugging our numbers back in to ensure that they are the correct solution. So everything should be okay now. So the negative 8 did not work. Just the 3 did. So x equals 3. Extraneous means it's a solution that does not work, and that's what negative 8 is. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. As always, it's really important to kind of check your work and go through these to ensure that everything's done properly.